Hey guys, another video for you. I just wanted to do a quick video here. I know I already kind of did a quick little Glock 26 video, but I really wanted to talk about the 5 things that you must do to your Glock 27 when getting it straight from out of the box. Sorry to get some water there. Anyway, this is a Glock in OD Green 26 Gen 3 in 9mm. So the 5 major things that you want to do to a Glock. First, I mean, you could do it last, but these are not in any relevant order, so I'm just going to go from top to bottom. First, you want to do your sights. Okay, Glock sights, they look cool, and I love them because this is what you see in the in battlefields. Very cool looking. They're real bright, but they're not the most accurate sights, just because the front sight blade is really it's kind of thick and just, I don't know, never really liked them. And that's kind of across the community, you'll see that. Most people, first thing they do, change out the sights. Second is this slide release lever here, the extended version. The initial version is really tiny and it's kind of hard, and I just want something a little more that I can have a little more tactile, positive tactile response from. And so that would be number 2. Number 3, extended slide lock lever. I don't have one. I don't have one yet. I'm trying to save up money for that. $10. This is also like 10, 12 bucks. So that would be another thing that you can do. Like I said earlier, I'm going to throw on a new stainless steel pin set. Don't really care for the pin sets. OEM. They're a little bit hard to kind of deal with sometimes. A little fat too. Then what I would also suggest is the magazine release button here. The first initial one, it was tough to get my thumb in the right place in order to, and it was a lot of hard, it was like a real hard press in order to get this magazine out. But since I replaced it with an NDZ stainless steel one, very, very easy. I do suggest doing a Glock OEM plastic one. It's just easier because I had to mill it, or not mill it, but I had to really sand it down and get going. So yeah. That was kind of a pain in the ass. The next thing I did was the trigger. This is a combat precision trigger. Haven't shot it yet, but I like it. Not a lot of uptake. The wall's a little long, but it's pretty stiff, and then boom. So it's decent. It's a decent trigger. I'm still going to be messing around. I got the Glock minus connector, so that's another thing you guys should do. You should pick one. I'm not saying the Glock minus connector is the best, but pick a 3.5 pound trigger bar, not a trigger bar, but whatever you call it, you know what I'm talking about. The trigger connector, the little bar that's in there, 3.5 pound Ghost, I think it's called the trigger connector. It's necessary, okay, it is. And so I bought one, and it's pretty polished, it's really nice. I really liked the Glock minus. I might flip around though. They're pretty cheap, and I do have some extra ones. I'm just going to kind of flip them in and out and see which one I like the best. And you definitely want to do a every time I get a Glock anyway, I definitely do a little polishing on all of the metal contact surfaces. So I did that yesterday. I've never shot it, so I'm it's not as smooth as I want it to be. I did kind of try to polish the bottom of that. Here's the bottom of the barrel. Try to polish that a little bit. See if that works out for me when I shoot it. I polished this area here too. This is the striker. And I'm gonna get a new one of these. I polished it, but I was getting a little bit of too much creep, and the wall was too stiff. So this is the safety plunger. So I highly suggest also doing the safety plunger. Okay. Other than that, I think it's a pretty decent gun. Once you get a Glock like where you want it, it's super reliable, and you're gonna love it. Okay, so I'll give you guys a little more info. I'll attach some videos of me shooting this. I'm gonna do some accuracy testing, and I'm getting a Blacklist Industries titanium nitride gold barrel. Should be the lead times. It said I think 6 to 9 weeks, which is kind of a long time, but anyway, that's what I'm gonna do next. And then eventually I'm going to get those Savigny sights, which are my favorite Glock sights. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So if you guys have any questions, please write it in the comments below. If you like this video, thought it was informative, give it a like, and go ahead and subscribe down there, and check out some more of the videos down there. All right, guys, 87 out. Glock 26, first everything firing line, stock sight, stock barrel. Not bad. So right here I got my Glock 27 and 40. Been shooting. Got some. My target's the one on the right. Been shooting decently. Had some issues with a bunch of flyers the first few mags, but I think it's calming down. I did do a trigger job, and I'm hoping that I didn't mess it up. I did polish the bottom of where the barrel contacts the one of the large metal blocks in there, the trigger block or whatever it's called. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. Need a new safety plunger. But yeah, it's doing better. So I'm hoping to get accuracy out of it. Let's check out what I can do here. All right. It's going to be top left, or left side, top right. For some reason, didn't lock back to the rear. That's happened a few times today, maybe 3 times. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully we can figure that out. So I got Winchester, I think grain from Walmart. I'm gonna do this whole box of 50 off of the Glock 27 9mm, and I'm gonna do it supported and see what kind of accuracy I can get out of it. Let's check it out. I'll just show you. Alright, dudes and dudettes, Glock lovers, enthusiasts of the Glock community. I got some more data. I did my first shots on the Glock 26 in OD Gen 3 with a Combat Precision trigger. And to be honest, I like the trigger, but man, it's pulling so much. It's such a heavy trigger, and I'm not really liking it. I'm not liking it. I hope that I didn't mess it up by doing a trigger jog, 25-cent trigger jog on it. I grinded down the safety plunger. I told you about that earlier. I polished the barrel, and I also kind of grinded a little bit off of the frame. I hope I didn't mess it up. I was getting flyers when I first started shooting it, and my cousin wasn't hitting But after a few magazines, it was warming up. It was doing okay, and I got some decent accuracy with it in the end, which is cool. I do want some target sights for it, some Savigny night sights. It's like a day and night combo. It has the tritium on the outside with the fiber optic light, whatever the hell they call it, the little fiber optic piece that goes, a little insert that goes in the front sight and then the back sights. So I did that, shooting good. It's shooting okay at this point from the trigger job, but it's just too heavy of a trigger pull. So what I'm gonna do now probably is I'm gonna wait for that barrel, that titanium nitrided blacklist barrel, match grade, and I need new sights, man. I need new sights. I needed something with a super thin blade, super thin front sight blade, and I think then that with maybe a spring kit to lighten it up a little bit. I put that Glock minus connector in there, and I don't know, man. It's not ready yet. And like I stated earlier in the video, it's a work in progress. These Glocks, you gotta, out of the gate, they're decent. They're all right, but you gotta change the sights, and then if you put a trigger, you gotta change some other stuff. And it's really, I'm in the tuning phase now. So that's why I like to go shoot, at least put 50, 100 rounds down the tube, which I did about probably 90 or 80 rounds today over at Burbank Firing Line. Various types of ammo. I did use some 9mm Winchester 115 grain today, and it seemed to like that, and it liked the Perfecta. It was kind of a little off. I used the Perfecta FMJ. That's the cheapest ammo you pretty much can get. So, work in progress. I'm going to continue on fighting for this Glock. I'm not getting rid of it by any means, and I'm really stumped now because I shot my cousin's 30 SF off roster, and it is accurate, and it is a soft shooter. I don't know what I'm going to do because I really wanted to buy that XDS, but at the same time, I hear a little bit of mixed reviews. I don't know. So if you have any info on this and you've made this type of decision before between the Glock 30S or the XDS, leave a comment below, please. I'd like to get some feedback and get the expert's opinion here. I do have like I said, I have the Combat Precision trigger in it. I have the Glock minus trigger connector. I'm not liking the way the trigger feels, so I'm going to do the safety plunger and the spring kit next, and if it still's not right, I'll wait for that barrel, and hopefully I didn't mess it up. If I need to, I'll buy another trigger retaining block, that little metal piece that goes right on top of the trigger and the Glock body, the lower receiver there, and see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen with that, but I'll definitely update, and by the time I make this video, this will probably be an initial impressions video. It's not going to be a longitudinal review, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, 87 out. See ya.